Music production. How does it all work? Today I will be showing you the very basic concepts of music production. So even if you haven't produced ever before, you will be able to follow along because I'm gonna take it back to the very basics and explain the process of generating sound and tweaking them. I hope you enjoy. For the last couple of weeks I've been really delving into sound design and trying to get the sound that I wanted, and I was feeling a bit down because I had so much endless possibilities, you know, in Serum and in Diva, just endless presets and wavetables and envelopes and LFOs to tweak, and I was just getting a little bit overloaded, I guess, with information and things to learn. So I thought, oh, okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's just take it simple, step by step. And what better way to do that than with 3x triple OSC, I don't know how you call it. It has all the tools you need to shape the sound. And I thought it would be an interesting concept to just film me doing a full video on the using only triple OSC. I don't know, I'm gonna call it triple OSC. So I'm gonna be using it for the kicks, for the snares, for the hi-hats, and for the bass and for the melody, and I'm just gonna allow myself to use triple OSC. I'm also gonna be explaining what it is that I do and how it works, so even if you don't know anything about music production or FL Studio or something like that, you will be able to follow along. And if you're a beginner, I think it would be perfect to start with this video, start with triple OSC, because it will give you the fundamentals you need for later on when you're gonna want to use like Serum or Diva, and you're gonna have thousands of options and buttons to tweak, and you're gonna be lost as fuck.
I'm lost.
I'm completely lost.
So with triple OSC it's really simple, but it has all the basics, so let's just dive right in. Okay, so this is triple OSC, and what it is you guessed it, 3 oscillators. So I'm gonna start by turning 3 and 2 down, and let's just start from the beginning, I guess. What is sound? I know we're going way back, but sound at its fundamental core, I guess, just gonna explain it briefly. It's frequencies. So you have from 0 hertz to like 20k hertz, and we as humans, we can hear like from 32 to like 16,000 or something, and then dogs, they go further, and that's actually like the pitch. Like if you go really low, it's really subby bass notes, and then the highs are like hi-hats and white noise and stuff, and all the stuff in the middle will be like your synthesizers and stuff. So what is the most basic sound that we can make with a computer? That would be like the sine wave. So as you can see, it's one frequency. Now let's say I play different notes. You can see it's still sine waves on different frequencies. So that's 3 octaves. And if I do them all, just a bunch of frequencies. Those are notes, I guess. Now what happens if I change the shape of the sine wave? So you have sine wave. Now let's go a little bit different. Let's pick like a triangle shape. Now let's do the same note. As you can see, it has a triangle wave. And basically it added a bunch of harmonics to it. So I can see on the spectrum. That's the most basic fundamentals, I guess, of music production, is what shape I'm gonna use, and then what am I gonna add on top of it. So one of the most famous sounds, of course, is the sawtooth wave, which just adds a bunch of harmonics. Now once you have that, it's not good enough, you know? It's not good enough to make music with. You're gonna want to shape the sound. And how you do that, there are 2 main ways to do it. And the first way, I guess, would be with an envelope. So it's something that will envelope the sound, if that makes sense. So right now it's deactivated. So once I activate the envelope, the sound will react to the envelope. And basically it's on an X and Y axis. And so on the X axis is time, and on the Y axis is volume. So as you can see right now, if I do like this and I play, what should happen is no sound in the beginning, and then increasingly over time it will augment in volume. And you can see what we can do with that. So the main 4 elements, and I'm sure you've heard of that, are attack, decay, sustain, and release. ADSR. If let's, for example, move the attack just a little bit like that, remove the hold. Oh, we don't need that. And then I will leave some decay, I will remove the sustain and remove the release. And let's shape it like that. Now, instead of having the whoosh sound, we will have a plucky sound. Let's remove it a bit more. So now you understand the envelope. And that's the most basic thing there is, but you can do so much with that. You can add some release, a bit more decay. Remove the attack. And then we can move with the tension knobs, we can move how the shape is, I guess. Okay, so once you have your oscillator producing the sound, and then you have an envelope on top of it to shape it the way you want. Let's say we want this plug. Then what you can do is add an LFO. So what is an LFO? It means a low frequency oscillator. It's just like your oscillator, but it's at such low frequency that humans cannot hear it. Let's show the most basic example. Let's remove the envelope, so this is no longer active. And here you have the LFO. This LFO right here. Now LFOs, you can put them on a lot of parameters. This one right here controls the volume. And right now it does nothing, it is not activated. But if I increase the amount, and as you can see, the LFO shape is the shape of a sine wave right now, but you can change it to a triangle or a square. Let's leave it at a sine wave. Let's decrease the speed a bit. And this shape will now influence the volume of your sound. Let me show you. You see what I mean? Those are the 2 basic fundamentals of any sound design. Now, the cool thing with LFOs is not to apply them on the volume, although you can. It's something you can do. Let's just tweak another parameter. Now here you have 2 filters. You have the mod X and the mod Y. And I don't know how in Triple Osc they are assigned as without touching them. But you can see here fast, low, pass. And the mod X will create a sort of, let's call it like an envelope around the sound that you can then tweak with LFOs. The same goes for the Y, which controls, I think, the resonance on this. Let's just tweak this and see what happens, and then we can modulate it as we want. So this is my basic sound. So it removes all the high, harsh frequencies. As you can see on the right of the span of the spectrometer, they just disappear. I'm just left with all the low notes. And I'm guessing mod Y does quite the opposite. It will boost, it will add a lot of resonance. Resonance generally means like adds the high frequencies. Now let's not touch mod Y, we don't need that. What interests me is the mod X. So let's go here in mod X. As you can see, the envelope is not used. We could, just as we did with the volume, shape the envelope for, let's say, we don't want it to sound too harsh right away. We want it to up like that. You could do that, but you can also modulate it with a low frequency oscillator. So let's do that. Let's see what happens if we just don't touch anything else. And the sound you just heard is one that is very popular right now with the right wavetable and with this automation. It adds this kind of delay effect, like the stutter effect, which is very popular in techno right now. But to do that properly, I don't think you can do it with triple osc, because you need to automate this parameter and link it to another LFO or another envelope. And that's something that's quite easy to do in like Serum or something, which has like 8 LFOs and 4 envelopes. But I think with triple osc we're kind of limited to just this. I'm sure it's possible if you go like this and link to controller, and then you could select this, I guess, and use this as an envelope or something. But what I wanted to do in this video is go back to the basics, so let's not do that. All of this, I know it's taking me a while to get there. I hope you're still here. I hope you're learning. What I wanted to do was to create a kick, and this is not a kick. So, but I wanted you to understand how sound generation works in general, because it's the same applies for every synthesizer out there. I mean, at least the basic wavetable synthesizer. I guess subtractive synthesis and shit, I don't really know how that works, but let's say Serum, for example. But you can see you have your shape here, which is the same as this one, but here it's easy to add unison. If this is your envelope, you can tweak it like this. You can add a second one up, you can pitch it up. This is your filter. And then with your envelope, you can go on the cut up. And then your LFO can control anything you want. So, I mean, with Serum, you can go... I mean, I love Serum. It's my go-to synth for sound design or sound in general, just because you can... It's easy to understand. What was I saying? I mean, if you follow my video, I guess, what you learn with triple osc, you can apply it then on other synthesizers. So it's a really nice thing to just understand, I guess. Okay, let's remove Serum because we're not using this. Let's remove this triple osc. We're gonna start from fresh, and we're gonna try to make a kick. So what is a kick? This video is gonna last forever because I'm gonna try to explain everything. A kick, like I guess it's like a transient. It's gonna have that pump, that very spiky sound, and it's gonna decay real fast, and it's gonna be on very low frequencies. Now we don't want it to have any notes. We don't want it to have like we don't want to tune it or something. We just want a low note with like a little bit of punch at the start, and then fast decay, fast everything, just so it like does like If we can achieve that, then I'm happy. So what I'm gonna start with is remove all of the other oscillators. We just need one. Let's just pitch this down. Okay, so now we have this. Let's pitch it even more down. Let's add some volume. Okay. And then we're gonna use the envelope. Remove the hold, remove the sustain, remove the release. Kinda sounds already like a kick, but not quite there yet. I think we have still too much frequencies. What we can do is here in the main pitch root node, we can go like click here. Now you can almost not hear it, I think, but this is starting more to sound like a kick. Add a pitch envelope, so I didn't talk about this, but this will change the pitch, and we will use an envelope to control the pitch. It's the same as the volume, but then with pitch. So what I want is just a little bit. Oh, now we're there. So basically this takes this low frequency and it just at the very start of it will I don't know how to explain that. It goes one octave higher and then it decays real fast. I think we have a kick, guys. Let me just put in like 4 steps and let's augment the velocity. Let's see. Oh, I like this. So what I did right there is adjust the modulation of this, and it's basically the mod X filter. Now I was thinking of producing like kind of a techno or like a progressive house track, just because I think those kind of genres really use all those more basic sound, like analog sounds, I guess. And so I think it will be a little bit easier to make something nice, techno-y or house, not real house because I'm not gonna have a piano or something, but like progressive house with some plucky arps and stuff. So that's the main goal of today, is try to build like a house, progressive house track, I guess. We'll come back to this kick later. So what we need right now, I guess like a clap or a snare. And let's just bring up my boy Triple Osk. Let's just start again. So what's a snare? What's a clap? Those are claps and snares. What you can hear is a lot of high frequencies, but also some lows. Best way, I guess, to use that is to start with white noise. And this is all the old synthesizer, and I guess still today, how they make their drums and stuff on the synths. It's with white noise and then an envelope. I will show you, you will understand immediately. Because white noise basically is all the frequencies. You take all the frequencies, just do like no. This is so stupid. And then you shape it like you want. You remove the lows, you remove the highs. Let me just show you. So white noise is this button right here. Let me show you what it sounds like. So as you can see on the frequency, it has almost everything. I guess if I go low, I hope I didn't kill your ears. It's basically noise across the spectrum. So this already sounds kind of like a clap, but just what we need to do is just use the envelope, remove the attack, remove the holds, just a little bit of decay, maybe add some little bit of not sustain but release. I kind of like that already. There you go, you have it. Now what I'm gonna do is just tweak it just a little bit. I kind of like that. Now we could add some echo, some delays, I guess. What if I take ping pong, remove the pen, the feed at like 20% and time, delay time really short. And basically delay time really short equals reverb. See what I mean? So without. Okay, I'm happy with that. We will come back to it later. This is our snare slash clap. So I'll just put it on the 2 and the 4. Very nice. Now, the only thing we really need is a hi-hat. And then we will have the basic. I'm going too fast. Something like that. So triple Osk again, remove the others, we don't need them. So basically it's gonna be white noise again. Let's just remove this, I don't think it matters. Let's already decrease the volume. Envelope, I guess. How does a symbol work? I don't really know. I'm guessing let's just see where it will take us. Just something like that. It's more like a shaker. This already kind of works. Oh. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think we have a little bit of a groove going on. Now, what I could do in the piano roll, I have all the liberty in the world to just pan the shit out of this. Like, I love it. I love it. Once we have that, this will be our main groove throughout the song. I think it's time to add some bass. And of course, we'll use triple osc. Now, what I want to do, just to start the song, I guess, would be just to create like a classic Reese bass. And so what is a Reese bass? It's just, what is a Reese bass? It's like a bass with a lot of harmonics. It's not in mono, it's like in stereo, it's in your face. It's like perfect for intros. And I guess it's time to start messing around with different oscillators. Let's just go 12, 12. Let's go here. Let's see what this sounds like. Now the cool thing with triple X osc is the detune fader. Let me show you with like square. Detune it. Like, you can hear that? Detuning just by a little bit, it actually creates like imperfections in the sound, and I guess just a bunch more harmonics. So like your sound is perfect, and when you detune it, you just create a little, it just goes a little bit outside of the scope, and I guess that makes it better. If you would take it to the extreme, it just goes way out of tune. So let's just put it at like plus 12. So this is already kinda Reese-y. Now, what happens if we introduce a second oscillator? We detune it in the other side. I'm just tweaking the same parameters I already explained, so I'm not going over them again. There you have it. Perfect Reese bass. Once we have that, I guess we can already start laying the foundations of our track. Once we have this little intro thing, I'm gonna see if I can make like a pad. I tried before starting to record this video and I didn't achieve like a super cool stuff, but let's just see where we go. We don't know yet. Let's just start with sine wave. Let's just let's just go with 2 oscillators. I think that works just fine. So let's just copy the root notes, paste them here, put them up 2 octaves. Let's just duplicate them, put them like this, and then we're gonna go like da, da. So once I had those basics, I spent a bit of time creating some effects, another bass, and some lead sounds. I'll show you real quick how I made them. Okay, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something. Please consider subscribing and let me know in the comments if you want more of these videos or on another topic. See you guys.